Can't wait for this game. I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Everyone's going to love it, including me. Michigan State on senior day hosting Michigan. They already clinched the outright title. I think they want to cut nets down, and in order to do that, they need to win against a very broken Michigan team that lost at home when they weren't broken to Michigan State by 13. I'm so happy, excited for this one. Yay. Are you also so happy, excited for this one? Yay.
Yeah, I'm always excited to play our rival at home the end of the year. Question for you, most important question for you. What would you prefer as far as when we do the banner raising? Before, after, halftime?
I don't care.
Does
It's,
does Mich does Michigan care?
no.
What if they get pissed that we do it before the game?
You're not going to do it before the game.
Or not?
No. No
Sure.
way.
You sure? I thought I sent an email, an anonymous one.
You think Tom Izzo would hang a banner before this game?
You're
And is
right.
that like playing mind games?
Yeah.
You don't need mind games. I don't
What
know what we're
what
doing.
about like a F you Dusty?
I mean, isn't it significantly scarier if you say we're waiting till after? Because that implies we're gonna beat the shit out of y'all.
Yeah, that's true. And this is a game preview, not a banner raising preview. So, um, look, there is something like I think the first thing you have to do when you're looking at this game is realize what the incentives are for each team, right? For Michigan State, it is to basically sweep your rival in an outright banner year. It'd be like the cherry on top of the sundae, I guess. Cherries don't even belong on Sundays. We need to do a short on that. For Michigan, correct me if I'm wrong. I usually lean on you in these situations. Does this have like seeding Big Ten tournament implications? Like, could you go from like having a double bye to not having a double bye? Because I think right now you're obviously in that spot. Does this
I
affect
I
that?
I don't know. I am I crazy for saying I don't care?
No, not at all.
I don't know, and I don't care. I know there's a lot of people who like really care about Big Ten tournament seeding. I'll just give you my genuine belief on this. There's 18 teams in this league. 15 of them make the Big Ten tournament. I really don't care. Now, if Michigan like starts making a run in the Big Ten tournament, then like, yeah, I'll start caring. But like as far as oh no, we're the 5 seed instead of the 2 seed. I haven't spent 1 second worrying about that. One, because I don't think Michigan has any chance of winning the Big Ten tournament. Two, because I just don't care about the matchups like that. There's way too many moving parts. Like, what do I actually care about as a Michigan basketball fan right now? Care about trying to win this game somehow, some way. And whether or not that means I really don't care about the future at this point. Now there's no chance we're going to. Like,
Greg, we have been through this. How many? We've been doing this for a good amount of time, right? We've seen every version of Michigan. You and I as fans, even before we done this, we have seen so many different versions of this Michigan State rivalry. It is rooted in splitting. We said it was going to be a split before the season. We said it was going to be a split during the season. It is not out of the realm that we split. Like this is splitting is what this is what happens.
yeah, not this year. The one that you were supposed to split, you lost. And again, I came out of that game. So much has changed in the last 2.5 weeks because I came out of that game where Michigan lost at home to Michigan State saying, I think Michigan will beat them at the Bress. And I
Hmm.
still, like, I stand by the reasons I felt that way 2 weeks ago because I do think Dusty May has proven this year when you give him a second chance at something, he comes with a completely different approach and it throws the other team off its pivot.
Hmm.
I still expect him to do something like that in this game. Don't know what it will be, but I think Michigan will try schematically to win this game in a different way than they did the first, and it will probably take Michigan State 20 minutes to figure out what that is and solve it. then you'll solve it, and then you'll do the thing you do every second half against everyone, where you go from like up one or down two to up 15 in 3 minutes by forcing a bunch of turnovers, and Michigan won't score for the final 9.5 minutes of this game. This has happened every game for 3 weeks for Michigan State. You're way too tough. We talked about it in the Iowa game. Holloman is an insane person. You were like, don't poke the bear. Michigan's gonna poke the bear just by showing up to the Breslin Center here. Like we could all literally like have our heads down like this, and Trey Holloman will be like screaming in someone's face, like, "Did you step on my court? Did you do that?" Like we don't want to be here. I can promise. I speak on behalf of Michigan. I don't want to play this game. I'm terrified of y'all. This game means nothing at this point because you're too good. That's what this is. So enjoy your banner ceremony. I'm sure it's going to be great. I would like to get out of here in one piece, and I don't think we will.
I love you, Gregory. I truly do. Okay, but look, even looking going into that first matchup, right? Some of the things that you said coming into that game, as far as what you can do with the bigs. I mean, we just even the win that Michigan State just had, there was the zone gave us trouble, and there were some things that were done like with slipping bigs and like Spain pick and roll action, like some pick and roll stuff that gave us a little bit of trouble. Is that something that Michigan maybe sees and could somewhat replicate in some way?
No,
Okay.
it's a broken basketball team.
So I feel the whole like host thing that we just went through on the UNC Duke thing. I see what you were getting at.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know what you want from me here. Look, Michigan was not a broken basketball team 3 weeks ago. They had chances to beat Michigan State, and I thought it was at least a competitive game. I'm sure Michigan State fans are well aware of this. In fact, I think probably half the listeners that are Michigan State fans for this game have probably driven to Chrysler, bought the $3 tickets, had a beer, and hate watched Michigan the last couple of weeks. Uh, you know what's going on with this team. They're broken. They're broken, and we've fleshed all that out on a bunch of other videos lately.
Mhm.
It's an indictment on Dusty that they are in the current form they're in. It's also like a credit to Dusty that a team with this many issues is alone in second place still. It's kind of both, right? This team has overachieved in the win column all year, and that's finally caught up to them. And the guards are just not players you can trust right now. Between Trey Donaldson, Reuben Jones, and LJ Kaysen off the bench, Roddy Gale, of course. Like, who out of that group can you trust to go into Breslin Center and not poop themselves?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the worst of it. If we're not even having a best team conversation. If we're having a conversation about teams that you don't want to send your broken team to fix, it's not playing Michigan State. That's
Right.
not like I want to feel good about myself. That's going to make you feel worse. That's going to be
Right.
like that's going to be like you're almost to the point, and like that's going to be the people that just completely break you. Like if you're hanging on by a thread, by a Cheeto and a piece of yarn, Trey Holloman is going to eat the Cheeto.
Right. Right.
So it's a tough predicament. Also, let me glass half full this for you. Michigan shows you something in this game that makes you believe they're not broken, and you carry that into March.
What would it be? What could Michigan possibly show me in this game that would get me excited for postseason play, Cart?
See, that's not my job.
Well, what do you think could happen in this game? If you think this is like, oh, maybe there's a chance. What?
They, I'm not even saying it has to be a win because that might be asking for too much, but like a not not backing down, not wilting,
Hmm.
showing some fight.
Who's not going to wilt here?
God damn it, Greg.
Which guy? Name him. Which guy on this Michigan team strikes you as someone that won't wilt at the Breslin Center on banner night?
Maybe this is the fat moment.
I'm just wondering. I mean, I'm in. If this is the path you're trying to pitch me on, I'm in for it. But who is it? Is it Wolf Boy?
Wolfman?
Is it Vlad? Vlad gonna get his foul calls at the Breslin Center in
I
this
mean,
one?
Wolf was good last game.
He was good.
What if he does that? any guard, anyone. What if Roddy Gale has his Dale Bonner moment?
Oh man. So I was looking this up. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Michigan State fans are probably eating this up. I'm sorry to any Michigan
Roddy
fans
Gale
listening to
has
this.
busted Michigan State's ass before. We were there.
Yeah. Yeah. Much different personnel on that team, the way Michigan State was wired, and neutral floor game. That's not this. So I was looking this up. Since Tom Izzo has been the head coach of Michigan State, Michigan's won 3 times in East Lansing. Do you remember what teams those 3 were by any chance? That's so few. I honestly bet you could probably remember them.
One of them was a Stauskas team, right?
Blowing kisses. Right to
Well,
me.
okay, yeah. Uh, Is the point you're getting to there? Is it's got to be some guys got some shit to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Here's the
it
three.
was Wagner the other year, Mo Wagner crossing up Nick Ward and talking shit, right?
2018, Mo Wagner and Charles Matthews. Mo
Mm.
Wagner crossing dudes up. Charles Matthews laughing in Nick Ward's face. That team went on to make an improbable national championship run, and they kind of showed who they are for the first time on the road at Breslin Center with some toughness. Nick Stauskas, 2014, psychopath. Him versus Gary Harris, one-on-one. Let's have this dance. Voila. Mwah. He's a freak. He won Big Ten Player of the Year. 2011, take your pick. That team was the Zach Novak, Stu Douglas led group, but they also had sophomore Darius Morris, who had some shit to him, and they had freshman Tim Hardaway Jr., who was kind of just this fearless dude who obviously went on to great things. Between those 3 teams and the players that I just mentioned, all dudes that you never questioned for 1 second what they were mentally or emotionally made of.
Hmm.
Then I go to this Michigan team. Vlad Golden is mentally and emotionally made of flailing around. Danny Wolf is mentally and emotionally made of, ooh, haha, look at me and look at this pass. Trey Donaldson, Roddy Gale, I think have rocks in their hearts. And like Namari Burnett's probably the one dude here that I believe is like wired like a dude who won't be afraid of this moment. And respectfully, Namari Burnett is a face of one of the losingest teams in Michigan history. So maybe Will Cheddar will come off the bench and be ready for this moment. There's not a team that I trust less mentally than this Michigan team that is like a good basketball team in the country right now. And you just can't go into Brez unless you're going to try and tell me that Michigan State, since they've already clinched, is going to like take their foot off the gas. But they would never do that against their rival.
Yeah, and they did take their foot off the gas in the first half for 30 minutes at Iowa, and that's going to be probably hammered into their head leading up into this game.
Right.
And you're playing a rivalry, and this team wanted to kill Brock Harding. They're for sure going to want to kill Michigan.
Yep. Should be fun.
we're
Can't
all having
wait.
we're all having fun.
God, I'm
Okay,
just
okay. Oh wait, counterpoint here. I feel like I'm trying to talk you off the ledge somewhat here.
well, I'm
Mike
mad,
Woodson,
Kark. I'm mad because
Mike
coming in,
Woodson won here. Mike Woodson won here.
can Mike Woodson coach this one?
Oh God,
I mean, there's something about Woody. Maybe Izzo just likes him and wanted to throw him a bone or something. He doesn't like Dusty May, from what I've seen.
he's not in on Dustin.
Well, he might like that he's the coach. I don't think he likes him.
Uh,
Dog, I don't. I'm broken. I'm disappointed. Like my basketball team is because Uh, again, 2.5 weeks ago, it felt like these were 2 teams on even terms. Michigan was 4 spots better than Michigan State on Ken Palm at the time. And we were talking about both of these teams have really bright March futures. And since then, Michigan's played their worst basketball of the season every single game since then. And they've not only have they lost, they've been gutless performances, Cart. Like you're down double digits at half at home to Maryland. You're getting ran out of your own gym against Illinois. So I guess the question, like you're saying, the question is Michigan this team actually going to have a moment where they salvage the season or not?
and this could be it. This is it.
I mean, if it's not this, it could start in the Big Ten tournament. I have a really hard time seeing like the we saved the season moment coming from this group against this Michigan State team, you know?
It comes down to the I think the best point you made, out of all the great points you made. This team mentally doesn't. I do have zero faith mentally. They have a guy who's willing to come in here and bring the smoke to the doorstep.
Who, if it was a guy, like if they surprise us and it is a Michigan guy who does it,
This this is gonna
who is
shock
it?
you. This is gonna shock you who I'm gonna pick, but it actually would be Trey Donaldson. I think it's somewhere in there.
What?
I have
After the way
no.
you've approached this and him for a month?
I have, but I'm saying, but who else would I put my faith in
Why
then?
would it be him and not Danny?
Oh, I thought you were just talking about guards.
No, I mean anybody,
Oh, Danny then.
right? Like there's at least a world where Danny has like a legacy game, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. I thought you were talking about guards.
No,
Okay.
it's
Oh,
I've
okay. All right. Here's our angle. Danny legacy game. Doesn't Danny actually hate Michigan State? He was a Michigan fan growing up, right?
he was a Michigan fan growing up.
So maybe he has some of that like rivalry shit to him.
He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists in the first game, and then you were upset with him in the post game for not doing enough,
I thought he could have went for 20, 24, 12, and 7.
which I don't think bodes well for what's he going to do at the Breslin Center, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
but
suppose.
Danny is coming off a great game against Maryland, so you never know. Maybe they lost that game at home, so like I think Danny could go for 24, 8 and 4 and lose because Donaldson and Galen Jones are so bad right now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. What's the ugliest this could get?
I think there's a real world y'all lose by 30.
That's the ugliest though. You don't think it could be 40 something?
No. Mm-mm.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I'd also like to get in front of this. This shit means something to me.
Do you need to get in front of that?
Yeah, because I don't want I want to make it very clear. I don't want to get to the end of this game and be like, ah, well, we raised the banner. It was outright. This game meant nothing. No, this shit means something to me. I want to get greedy. I want the sweep while we're here.
Yeah, that's the problem for Michigan. We know that this shit means something to you and everyone else. We are well aware of that.
We are,
We don't need to find out anymore how much you care about this.
Dusty's gonna break the huddle and be like, "All right, happy, healthy on three. This what this is? Is this have fun, stay happy, stay healthy, get out of here?"
Oh my God, I just became you the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, did we have fun, guys?
Oh no. Look, I'm doom and glooming this. I think there is a world where Michigan saves their season at some point in the next 2 weeks. The ceiling is still there. It's just not going to happen at the Breslin. And I can't even I don't feel like I can stretch my imagination any further on like what does a close game look like here? It probably has to require Michigan making a bunch of shots from three, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, basically making a bunch of threes, yeah.
And they haven't done that in weeks.
They
So
haven't done that. They haven't done that in weeks. Michigan State teams have not made threes against them in weeks, except Iowa.
usually that's a good time to buy the team that hasn't made threes against the
So
team that hasn't had
that
teams miss
so
threes.
that there you go.
So
There's your
that's
path.
my angle.
Your angles make threes.
Shit angle.
Shit.
It's
I mean
it's a
it's a
shitty
angle.
angle.
It's a angle.
Um, Izzo's for sure going 100 out of 100 here, right?
Yeah, no question about it.
There's no, yeah. I don't even know
Yeah.
why. I'm mad at myself for asking that question. But
Yep.
there is a part of me though that does say this. Like well, I was texting you this during the Iowa game. For Michigan's chances of winning this game, I definitely wanted you to beat Iowa. Because
You
if you needed to win to keep Michigan off the title, 0 out of 100 times would Michigan win this game.
yeah.
Might be like 2 out of 100 now, but that's better.
It's something there's a chance.
Simulate this game 100 times. How many times does Michigan win?
37. Still a rivalry game, man. It's a rivalry game, and we have
That's way
seen
too
like
high.
splits or splits.
It's way too high.
What
I
would
think
you say?
last question for me, last time we had a preview, I was doing like which player would you take? And I think you took three Michigan guys.
Well, I
Wasn't
took
crazy at the time.
yeah. What was it? I took Danny. I took
Danny
Vlad.
Vlad for sure.
Yeah.
You may not have taken one of the guards. I don't remember. Maybe I think we
Uh,
might have thrown Burnett in there because we were like, he's been playing better than Akins.
yeah. I think that might have been it.
Yeah. So let's just refresh that right now. You can take any players from this game, build a five-man lineup. Build it. You know what? Let's go 10 deep.
So 10 deep.
Let's go 10 deep. That's how Michigan State likes to play. Pretend Tom Izzo's your coach and you're building a 10-man team out of every player available between these two teams. What 10 players are you taking?
Let's see here.
You could have just snapped me off and said, I'm just taking my dogs and rocking with them.
Yeah, but Danny's good. So is Vlad. Vlad is better than Zapala.
But he's
I think
Vlad. Do you really want Vlad?
no. But he's a first team All Big Ten player.
He's a great player.
I think I would go. Actually, no. I'm taking Vlad up. Danny's my five. I'm going Danny at the five. I'm going Kohler at the four. I'm going all Michigan State guards starting. I'm going all Michigan State guards off the bench, and then give me Cheddar.
Don't want Namari?
Give me Cheddar and Amari.
Namari, good player. He'd help you.
Yeah, not fault. But this is the thing I think that doesn't bode well for you. The one guy that has the mental makeup to maybe want to be a guy who you trust in this game is a spot up and shoot guy.
Yeah,
Like, you don't want Amari putting the ball on the floor.
correct.
Not ideal.
Nothing about this is ideal card. I have I not made that clear?
Sorry.
Nothing about this is ideal. Last year, the worst Michigan team ever was on the road at the Breslin Center against an iffy Michigan State team, but Tyson Walker, Jay Nakins, all those guys. Jay Nakins had a legacy game, 23 points. He was the KenPom MVP. Michigan led by 9 points midway through the first half of that game. Doug McDaniel did not play. Jalen Llewellyn and Terrence Williams led Michigan in scoring.
Can you at least take some solace that you're out of those times?
Jalen Llewellyn was up 9 on y'all 10 minutes through a game last year.
Yeah, Jalen Wallen brought that shit to WAP's doorstep.
Now I understand why you don't want Hogan. Now I get it. Okay. You want to do a prediction?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I think Michigan State wins this game. Let's go 74 to 51. Where are you going, Greg? Greg, Greg, what are you doing? Oh my heavens to Betsy, man. What is stop it. Stop it.
40 minutes.
For
For 40 minutes, Cart. I don't want to play this game.